But it is time for sports, and because it's time for sports, it's time for us to take a look at some of the stories that we're following for you. In Monday Night Football, the Seattle Seahawks defeated the Eagles 23-17. The game really wasn't that close. It was 23-10, and the Eagles got the ball back with about 30 seconds, and Seattle just didn't do anything, and the Eagles scored to make it closer. Tried an onside kick, and it didn't work, of course. So the Seahawks defeat the Eagles 23-17. And that means that the New York Football Giants get to remain in first place. Get to remain, now just understand what that means. Get to remain in first place in the NFC least division. Taking a look at the division leaders in the NFC West, Seattle has an 8-3 record. The Rams 7-4, Arizona 6-5, and San Francisco now on the move at 5-6. The NFC South, New Orleans 9-2, Tampa Bay 7-5, Atlanta 4-7, and Carolina 4-8. The NFC East, the Giants lead the pack 4-7. They swept Washington this year, so they lead Washington, who is 4-7. Philadelphia 3-7-1, and the Cowboys are 3-8. And the Giants' defense is one of the best, but their offense is scoring at the lowest rate. But we'll have to see how that develops now that Daniel Jones is not going to... Well, he might play, he might not. We haven't heard any more on that. The NFC North, Green Bay has an 8-3 record. Minnesota 5-6, Chicago 5-6, and Detroit 4-7. And the American Football Conference in the East, the Bills with an 8-3 record. Miami 7-4, the Patriots 5-6, and the Jets at 0-11. Tennessee 8-3, Indianapolis 7-4, Houston 4-7, Jacksonville 1-10. Pittsburgh 10-0 in the AFC North, Cleveland 8-3, Baltimore 6-4, and Cincinnati 2-8-1. And in the AFC West, Kansas City 10-1, Las Vegas 6-5, Denver 4-7, and the Chargers at 3-8. So the two teams competing for the number one draft pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars at 1-10, and the New York Jets at 0-11. 0-11. Wow, it's a tough time. All right, now the Pittsburgh Steelers game is has been postponed. It was postponed from Sunday, and it was meant to be played tonight, but it has been postponed from tonight and will be played tomorrow afternoon at 3:40. 3:40. Now, the next time the Jets play, they'll play. Well, we'll take a look at the whole schedule in a second. Washington plays the Cowboys. That'll be a big game. I'm trying to look for the schedule here. Here we go. The schedule coming up this week. Of course, you have the 3:40 game, Pittsburgh and Baltimore. That's on Wednesday afternoon. Then Thursday night football, the Texans will take on, I do believe, no, I've got to move ahead here because I have to look at the right section. All right, so there we go. So there we go. The next games for the NFL are Wednesday at 3:40, the Ravens versus the Steelers. And then, of course, they get into Thursday night football, which this week will have the Cowboys going up against the Ravens on the 8th on Thursday night football. All right? All right. It is a confused sports report this morning. But then again, it comes from a confused morning host, Marshall Miles. All right? All right, so that is a check on sports.